Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome to today's live stream. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody to today's live stream. Yeah, I'm just crazy. I just like to sing for no reason. Welcome everybody. Was everyone getting seated at the lazy dog? Did everyone see Nicole and Chris? Chris is just sitting there with his eyeball twirling. He doesn't even know what he wants to order yet. Do you guys have chicken? Can I get a side of carrots? And at the same time, Nicole is yelling at him, "Get rid of your family, Chris. I am never going to be second fiddle to anybody, Chris." Yeah, it's pretty accurate, I would say. I don't know. Um, we never really got the actual um footage of them at the lazy dog, but I believe it's pretty similar, right? I think it's pretty accurate. Should we look at it again? Yeah, I think it's accurate. I think that's what they looked like when they were waiting for their meal. But anyway, how's everybody doing? Welcome. So happy to see you all. Thank you so much. Yeah, I see a lot of the questions about super chats, you guys. I started doing a lot of research, especially when I was looking, into the funding for the documentary. And yeah, I ended up realizing, oh my God, these super chats, yes. If you send super chats from your Apple iPhone, 30% goes to Apple straight there. YouTube takes 30. And I mean, whatever, I guess it's understandable because we're on the platform. They take 30. They take half of AdSense revenue, but it's their platform. The only thing that I don't get is Apple. Like, why is Apple taking 30% for simply using the app? I mean, they don't do anything but use the app. They don't make the content. They don't show the content on Apple apps. So why are we spending 30% on that? I don't know. Greedy, greedy. But anyway, that is just my little my little grievance towards Apple, which, it's kind of hard when everybody uses Apple products, it's hard to ignore it, right? Um, but yeah, if you want to send chats or super chats, or if you want to support the channel, support the documentary, yeah, go ahead and just Venmo. Yeah, just go ahead and Venmo. Venmo's actually better. People are like, "What's your PO box?" so that I can make a little paper airplane out of the dollars that I'm trying to send. Yeah, I mean, even that works. Hopefully, the wind doesn't blow it away to someone else. It ends up with Mr. Beast. Like, please no. But, yes, yes. If you want to support the channel, please check out the Venmo. It is on the page description, and then also the Patreon for the documentary. And of course, super chats are always welcome. Just if you have Android, if you really love Apple, go ahead and support them, I guess. But they're basically just taking 30% for doing absolutely nothing. But anyway, yeah, that's the little research I found out. And I'm like, oh my God, Apple takes what? For huh? When? Right? All these questions. But anyway, I don't use Apple. I know, I wasn't an Apple user for many, many years. I refused, but then I needed an Apple laptop, and then I'm like, "Oh, I need to transfer things. It's just easier to AirDrop." And then eventually that's how they get you. That's how they get you. It's just, you know, they monopolize everything and they're like, "Oh, there's no way around it." But hey, that's a discussion for another day. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's okay. We made it to Friday. We made it to Friday. Yeah, I mean, I see my weeks as weekdays as well because or work weeks, I should say. Because yeah, Monday through Friday I'm doing YouTube. I'm thinking I'm doing video ideas and filming and stuff like that. And then on weekends, those were usually my days off. They're not my days off anymore. As you know, I am really, really deep into the documentary now. We're pushing forward. It is moving along faster. And honestly, yeah, just a lot more. I don't even know. What's the word? It's very, gosh, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's been, I'm not gonna say it has been easy, but I think that now that we have The storyboard going and the ideas going, it seems to be moving a lot more fluidly. I don't know. The word will come to me later if you guys can read my mind. What word am I looking for? It's just it's moving along smoothly. There we go. Fluidly. Fluids. No, it's smoothly. It's moving along smoothly and I'm all for it. We'll see what it looks like this weekend though. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be an early day for me. I'm gonna be up at 4 in the morning, getting out there, just trekking in my car. I'm like, "Oh my god, should I turn to the left? Make a left into this tornado like Chris Watts did? No? Okay. Maybe turn right into the bushes? Oh, are those sunflowers? Oh, I think I just need to go straight into the sunflowers, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Love Buzz, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Apple is all I have right now. Hey, no worries. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the support. Thank you. Here's a few bucks for your amazing documentary coming out. Love you. Thank you so much. Oh, you guys. It is gonna be an amazing documentary. I know it. I just manifest it. Let's just manifest it all together, shall we? Hum. Hum. Let's manifest it. The same way that Nicole Kessinger manifested her, getting out of the oil tanks or not the oil tanks. Oh my gosh, getting out of the oil fields and into an office space. She says she manifested it herself. She's like, I've always wanted to get out of the oil fields and get into an AC unit. Yeah. It's just so hot out there. I finally got into the office. I just manifested it by doing this. Hum. So who knows? We might manifest. Let's manifest. Okay, guys. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into the the content. Let's get into the videos that you are here to watch all together. We are going to watch Veroscope. We took a little break from him. We are back because Veroscope is amazing at analyzing and detecting all of the lies of Nichol Kessinger. And of course, since we are going deep into the Nichol Kessinger documentary, I think it was, appropriate to bring it back in. Let's go ahead and analyze her many lies again because there's so many that we can't even keep track. I told you all to bring paper, pen, bring your stress ball. I got mine right here. Yeah, it's just a little fat kitten. Just squeeze them. Yeah, bring your vodka, your tequila, whatever you're into, to get through it because we're gonna watch it again. So, hey, we suffer together. That is how we bond. Yeah, that is how we bond. That is what the military taught me. Yeah, you're all hating your life. You're all gonna be best friends by the end of this. Yeah, that's how it happens. It's very, very true. All right. Good to see you all. Hello. I tried to say hi to everybody in the chat earlier. I just can't type that fast. I'm not a fast typer and I'm terrible at typing. I'm a millennial. Anyway, that is my excuse. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. This is one of the newer ones from Veroscope. It was about a month ago, so we haven't watched it yet. But this is where Nicole Kessinger I mean, she lies through the whole thing. So I shouldn't even say this is where she lies constantly. But I mean, the lies are coming out through her pores in this one. I mean, I think this is why, her hair started to fall out because the lies are just trying to squeeze through, right? They're like, is that a hair follicle? Let me lie, right? The lies are coming out just like you remember the Play-Doh toys? You used to squeeze them and then the hair grows like that. Those are the lies that are seeping out of Nicole Kessinger's pores. So we're gonna go ahead and watch. Yes, bring your special Dr. Pepper, Shelly. Yes, if you love Dr. Pepper, go ahead and add a little, spritz it with a little bit of absinthe or whatever, whatever you like. Hey, whatever you're into. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it and let's listen to all of her lies.
See what she has to say for herself today first.
Can you guys hear?
Him
No, you
until
can't,
like
huh?
2 o'clock in the afternoon because I'm just like
There we go.
busy. And I remember I didn't hear a lot from him that day, which was like, that's not out of the normal for either one of us during the day.
Okay, so always look out for what we call the normal factor, or where they might use usually. So here we saw Nicole do that, didn't we? I'll just put the
Hmm.
subtitles on so it's a little bit easier for us.
Yeah, the
Let's
subtitles.
listen
The subtitles, they do help with all the lies that she tells. That's good. Let's keep going.
to that again.
Busy. And I remember I didn't hear a lot from him that day, which was like, that's not out of the normal for either one of us during the day. But at one point, I do remember he like texted me and he's like, "Oh, it's been a really busy day," and then like said some other stuff, which I'm sure you will find in my text. What he said, I don't know. It wasn't obviously anything that was like alerting to me.
It wasn't anything that was alerting to me. I mean, even the words that she uses, right? And again, she's doing a lot of the hand motions and the fact that he didn't text me that day, it's not like unnormal or anything. We didn't really text that much anyway. Says the lady that was always on the phone with him. Yeah. Oh my gosh, are people freaking out about the absinthe? I don't know why it popped up in my head. I have a wormwood apparently. I just liked the plant, but it's a wormwood. And did you know that that is where you can extract the absinthe from? It comes from wormwood. I did not know that. The more you know, right? I'm just, just learning a little bit about my plants because they're green, right? They have to stay green. So I'm just teaching myself a little bit about botany. And that is what I learned. So I'm like, oh, interesting. I wonder if Nicole ate these just straight, just chewing on the absinthe, and then showed up at these interviews. Hmm, probably. Oh no, are people not? Can people not hear me? I can hear myself, and it's working. Yeah, let me know if it's weird. All right, let's continue.
But that's what I'm saying. Like at this point, like I remember really key things, but if it's like a conversation that I'm like, I don't remember exactly what was discussed, it's because it was probably just bullshit. Like just talking to each other. Yeah.
Small.
So everything, probably just bullshit, she tells us.
I love Veroscope. I love this guy. He's like, yeah, it's probably just bullshit. She tells us, yeah, of course. This is what Nichol Kessinger does. She likes to say, you know what? He probably told me that, but it was probably just bullshit. He told me this, but it's probably just bullshit. She's always saying that all the things that Chris told her were the lie, when in fact, it's a lot of the things that she's saying that are lies. But she likes to blame everybody except for herself. I know I'm still holding my little kitten. I have to squeeze it when I'm listening to this. I have to squeeze it. Like I said, I started my channel with this entire series and it it was hard. It was hard. Anyway, let's continue.
Everything's vague, isn't it? She won't be pinned down to the actual words which were used between her and Chris Watts or when they were used. And as you've probably heard me say in some of the other videos when we
Her
talk about
face.
this person, she told the detective very clearly and very
How
plainly
she
in,
looks.
in plain language, it ain't gonna happen,
Yeah.
she told him. I will not, she said, I will not be pinned at, well, these weren't her exact words, but essentially she was saying,
Hmm.
I will not be pinned down to tell you exactly what was said between Chris Watts and I or the time that it was said.
Yep.
And she said, and to use her exact quote, ain't gonna happen.
Ain't gonna happen. Yeah. When asked about certain things that she talked to Chris Watts about, and she's like, well, if you want me to pinpoint it, like the exact day, the exact time, the exact minute, even the exact millisecond, it ain't gonna happen. Well, duh. No one is asking her, at what exact hour they played Twister. No one's asking that. No one's asking, hey, Nicole, did you put one finger on red or did you put a leg in the blue? No one is asking her that. And no one is asking her to remember exact times and dates. But the thing is that she is already letting them know, I'm not going to remember a lot of these things. Yeah. How weird, right? Before she's even asked, she's already saying, I'm not going to remember half of the shit that you're about to ask me. Even though the entire thing happened 6 weeks prior. And up until maybe just a few days ago, right? This is August 16th, and she doesn't remember what happened 3 days ago? Strange. I mean, she needs to get her brain checked if she is already forgetting things and she's only 30. Read my lips, ain't gonna happen. Yeah, let's continue.
And because this officer is tiptoeing around the rose garden to
Yep.
stop us scarpering off, he's accepted that. And she continually makes this point. So here we've got patterns. The usual normal factor,
Mhm.
which the criminals and the liars and the gaslighters will always employ
Mm.
because it's less difficult for them to, rather than barefaced lie, which the brain doesn't like to do because we're truthful. It's not to
Right.
do with stress, it's to do with the fact that we are truthful beings.
This is so true. Rather than tell a bold-faced lie like a psychopath would, I mean, I still think she definitely has some type of, narcissism, maybe like NPD, maybe bipolar disorder, who knows? Some type of personality disorder for sure. But the thing is that she still can't just tell a bold-faced lie without her body doing something about it. And this is what she does. That's why she then changes her sentence structure. She's like, "Oh, actually I didn't mean that. I meant this." It's because her body is giving her away. And even though she's not empathetic, she's not remorseful, she's not someone who actually cares that much about other people, her body still realizes that the lie is a lie. And so, yeah, that is why she then tries to figure out what else can I say? What else can I say? And then does the whole thing with the hand. I just didn't see it coming. But anyway, let's continue.
And so we avoid lying wherever possible. So the liar brings in, well, what I usually do at lunchtime is go to the such and such place and have a sandwich. Most days, I normally leave the office around about 12:30. But what have they said to you, as an example? All they haven't told you what they did that day, and I'm slightly over-egging it as the teaching example. Well, I normally leave the office around about 12:30, and I usually go to Jim's for a sandwich. So you see, those little words have allowed me to make the listener think that I said I went to Jim's for a sandwich, but I didn't. That's what I normally do, and I don't know whose Jim's sandwich shop is. But there we are. Let's carry on.
Talk stuff.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But I remember he was busy that day, and we didn't talk that much. And then I clocked out at 3 is what my
And then I clocked out at 3. That's what my timestamp says. Okay, so she's talking about Chris being really busy that day. She's talking about August 13th, okay, so the day of the murders. And she's saying it's not really abnormal. She said unnormal, but she meant to say it's not really weird or abnormal when we don't talk at all. But of course, that is an absolute lie. And the reason we know that is because we have her phone records. So it is very weird that they didn't talk that morning. Of course it is. Because when we look at her phone records, Chris and Nicole spoke on the phone almost every single day. I mean, I shouldn't even say almost. They spoke on the phone every day that they weren't together. And when they were together, they didn't talk on the phone because they were together. Right. And so here, it's the only time that you see no communication, zero phone call between Chris Watts and Nichol Kessinger. But she's trying to play it off, right? She's trying to downplay it. She's saying, it's not really all that weird if we don't talk on the phone. He was really busy that morning. Yeah, he was busy. He was busy getting rid of his family, Nicole. So weird also that she says he was so busy, as if she knows how busy he was doing what? Again, it's really weird, right? Of course, he's supposed to be busy. He's at work. But on other days that he was at work, she still talked to him. They still talk on the phone. This is when Chris was in North Carolina, but look at this. Even on the days, right? Like this is at 5 in the morning, or sorry, no, that's PM. Where's the other one? There's right here, July 26th, right? It's at 5 in the morning. So Chris Watts was calling Nichol Kessinger every morning before work. So yeah, it is weird that they didn't talk on the phone on the day of the murders. It's the only time in Nichol Kessinger's phone log that we don't see any phone calls between the two of them. And she's saying, it's normal. No, it's not. Not at all. Because it wasn't their, that is not how they communicated. They communicated constantly. My goodness. Yeah, notice that she says, my time card. Yeah, boops. She says, my time card says I left at 3. Yeah, who talks like that? Shows that she made sure that she used the time clock as an alibi. That's why there is no clock in. Her alibi didn't align. Exactly, boops. Oh my God, exactly. Thank you so much for bringing this up. Yeah, even the way that she worded it, right? Yes, she says, my time card says. So she's bringing in evidence from the outside, external evidence with what she's saying. She's like, well, my time card says. So then the listener will hear that as, oh, so there's proof that she left at 3, rather than saying, I left at 3, because it's different, right? The listener will hear, I left at 3. But if they hear my time card says that I left at 3, then the listener thinks, okay, so then there's proof. There's proof because then we can check the time card and the time card will say 3 p.m. Notice, isn't it weird, right? See, the thing that the human mind does, especially when, people like Nichol Kessinger are sitting in front of investigators and she's lying, the way that the human mind is basically rearranging the words inside her brain so that when she tells them, they come out a different way. It's, oh my God, it's incredible. It really is. It is for her. For Chris Watts, he's such an idiot. We can tell when he's lying, but with Nichol Kessinger, we can also tell, but she's just a lot smarter about it. You guys let me know what you think. Let's continue.
My time card says that's what I was showing.
Did you hear that? I clocked out at 3. That's what my time card says.
Yep.
Mark the other day, and I got home to go meet my buddy. One of my good friends was coming over to my house, and he actually has a key to my house, so he was actually.
And this is another thing that she does. So
the buddy,
she finds stuff to ramble on about, safe areas. And he actually has a key to my house. And before you know it, if you let her, she'll describe an entire irrelevant 5 minutes about this guy and the key to her house.
Yeah.
As an example.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, I got off work at 3 because I had to go see my buddy. My buddy. His name is Jim. He was bringing broccoli because we wanted to make tacos, but there was a lot of traffic. And, he does have the key to my apartment, though. But anyway, yeah, that's what she does. She likes to throw in an entire story before she tells the point so that, again, the listener is like, okay, what's the point? So then it leads us to forget what the original point was. And then on top of that, if she somehow, I don't know, if she says something later on, then the listener will remember back, oh, that's right. Jim got into her house because he had a key. And so she's just sprinkling in little details that she wants the listener to remember, but she makes sure to omit the things that she doesn't want the listener to remember. It's so crazy. Let's continue.
Constant. So it's just constant waffle off the subject. Now, when somebody you're suspicious of constantly waffles off the subject, very often it's a technique of theirs to stay away from the difficult questions, because the more time that she can eat up this morning, remember, she's arrived, poor officer had to go through this diatribe from her. I'm tired. I'm hungry.
Yes.
I'm thirsty. I want to go home. I'm so tired. Oh my God, I haven't slept. I'm so thirsty. This
Yes. This woman came in this day and I mean, she's already doing it, right? She's like, even when she sits down at the very beginning of the interview, she sits down and she's like, "Ugh," just kind of looking around. Then Kevin asked for Dwayne's information. Dwayne gave the information. And then he goes to Nicole and she's already like, my name's Nichol Kessinger. Oh, you need my full phone number? Ugh, I'm just so tired. Yeah, I guess, yeah, here, let me tell you my phone number, 720-656-977. Oh, you need my address too? Ugh. You guys, I'm just so tired. Yeah, my address is, do you need the full address? What is that? She's already setting the motion, right? She's already setting how the entire interview is going to go because she's already saying, I'm hungry. I'm tired. I don't want to be here for 4 hours. And if I mess up on one of the questions, it's because I was hungry. They're all excuses. Like they're pre-excuses. She's very proactive in the way that she lies because she adds them before that so that later on she can just say, it's because I'm hungry. Oh, is that what I said? Did I incriminate myself? Oh, it's probably because I haven't eaten any chips. Oh, come on. Let's continue.
pantomime, which is the pre-setup so that she can pull out the I'm thirsty, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I need to go home card whenever she's put under pressure. So the gaslighter, as a technique, this is the sort of individuals that we're dealing with. As a technique, she preloads the meeting at the very beginning
Yeah.
with this I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm so tired, I'm so hungry, it's just a load of bullshit. And she has pulled out the card a few times. Very often they don't have the guts to complete the excuse. So you'll see the half pulled out I'm hungry card. In other words, they really want to get out of the room. And so they
Right.
half pull the card out, but they don't have the balls to follow through.
Who else was really trying to get out of the room? Who else? Who else kept looking out? Chris Watts. Chris Watts, when he was watching himself in neighbor Nate's camera, anytime the police officer that was recording him got on his microphone, he's like, "Hey, yeah, copy that." Chris would turn around and be like, "Oh, do you want me to go?" As if he is an employee with the Frederick Police Department. Like, guy, you are the dad and the husband whose family is missing. No one is asking you to go check anything. You're not a police officer. But he was so desperate to get out of that room that he used every little excuse to say, "You want me to go? You want me to go? No. Stay. Sit." Right? You got to treat him like a dog at this point because he's trying to get out of it and he's so nervous about it that he's finding every little excuse to get out. It's very similar to what Nichol Kessinger does here. But different technique, right? Different technique, but they're both doing the same thing. They're trying to get out of it. Let's continue.
And get up and leave. So you'll see that a few times as well.
There when I got there. And
Who's that?
my friend Jim. And so Jim came over.
Did you notice the emphasis of my friend Jim?
Yes. She was fine. She's like, yeah, I gave my friend a key to my apartment. What friend is that? My friend Jim. What was that? She even does the whole neck. I'm surprised she didn't snap something. Let's go ahead and see that again. Or here, let's play it. Let's hear what Veroscope has to say, and then let's go ahead and play it again.
Did you notice that?
It's hard not to.
And
It's hard not to notice it. I mean, I always get so confused with these two things. Okay, let's go ahead and rewind it here. My friend Jem.
Came over.
Oh
Did you notice
no.
the emphasis on
Okay, there
that
we
I'm
go.
hungry card? In other words, they really want to get out of the room, and so they half pull the card
Whiplash.
out, but they don't have the balls to follow through and get up and leave. So you'll see that a few times as well.
There when I got there. And
Who's that?
my friend Jim. And so Jim came over.
Did you notice the emphasis of my friend Jim?
Mm,
Did you notice that?
my friend
And
Jem.
I got home. He was there. He had like just walked in the door. And
What? What was that? Okay, so this is what she did. My friend Jem, and he was there. He got in the door, and he had just gotten there, and what is this? Again, my entire first series was this, and we caught almost every single one of the things that she did, and this is one of the ones that really stood out for me because she's eating the business card. And it's not even a business card. I think we ended up figuring out what it was, right? It's not the business card, it's her mental health help card. So that's the card that probably has Hazel's phone number in it. It says Hazel mental health help, and she's just stuffing it in her mouth. She's like, mm, I don't know what else to say about this. Yeah, weird, right? This whole this whole section here where she talks about Jim makes her do the weirdest of things. Okay. Let's just go ahead and pay attention to this part. And also, I would say keep an eye on Dwayne, little Dwayne right here. Where's my finger? I wish I could like poke his head. Like, boop. um, watch Dwayne, watch his hands. Look at Nichol Kessinger. Look, she's about to vomit. It looks like she's about to vomit. And look at them. Just watch. Let's go ahead and watch.
I remember like briefly after he got there, I checked my texts. I mean, briefly after I met up with Jim, I like glanced at my texts.
Okay. Did you notice that? She went back and said, briefly after I got there, I checked my text. Briefly after I met with him, I checked my text. What? I don't know. Weird, right? What do we think about this? My twister partner, Jim. Yes. Um, my play friend just arrived. His name is Jim. His favorite color is blue. Somehow he always ends up with his hands on blue. I'm always on the red though, but whatever. But yeah, he's here and what else? It's all so weird. Dwayne is mock worthy too. Yes. Yes. Oh man, Jimmy the Cricket. Oh God. Let's go ahead and continue.
And Chris said something about like my family's not home, or like my wife and kids aren't home, like something to that effect. And I told Mark, because he asked me for a time, and I don't.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
What's your gut feel about her? Do you think that she knows about the murders before the police do?
Yeah.
Do you think that she's involved in any way, or helped to plan it, or helped to cover up the crime?
Yeah.
Was she present during the murders, do you think? Did she do anything at the site where the bodies were attempted to be hidden? Was she involved in that in any way? Her
Lots of questions.
telephone, where did it ping on the day of the murders? Is she seen on the CCTV, which we know is sensitive to Chris Watts?
Yep. Yes. I mean, even the way, right? Look at how she looks right now. Because every time that she's paused, she has this, creepy look on her face because she's lying and then she's trying to come up with a lie on the spot. especially when it comes to Jim. What's up with Jim? Leave Jim alone.
I think she is so deceptive and so deliberately withholding and so deliberately entering areas where it's safe to do so and avoiding any unsafe areas. For instance, telling you what was said and when, because that ain't going to happen.
Yep.
There's a real problem here.
Yep.
She knows in advance about things that she's not telling the police. I wonder if she's been involved in the planning, but maybe the planning didn't go as far as everybody. Maybe
Yes.
just Shanann.
Yes. Yes. I'm waiting for Veroscope to say it. You know, he's like, maybe things didn't go as planned, right? Maybe things didn't go as planned. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, right? The thing that Nichol Kessinger is saying here is that she got home and then she saw the text. Chris texted her saying, "My family is not home," or something like that. The way that she says it tells me that she already knew that they weren't home because of the way that she says it. What do we think? Tiffany, I can't wait. I cannot wait for the Twister for Twats doll. Oh my god. Oh man, it's going to be great. Hopefully it gets sold at all the stores. You should bring it to the sharks. Bring it to the Shark Tanks. Maybe they'll want to invest in the Twister for Twats doll. Get it in every single store. Target, Walmart. I was going to say Kmart, but Kmart doesn't exist anymore. Yes. Can't wait. Um, Jim is her simping friend. Oh, think about it. If you were going to be gone from midnight to late the next day, what would you do with your pets? Oh, hmm. Well, let's see. So we think Jim is her simping friend. So Jim was simping on her and she was just like welcoming it? Or what do we mean? What do we mean by that? Or was she simping on him? I don't think she was simping on him. She was probably just using him, the way that she uses other people. Pre-order for sure. Eric, he's yes, yeah, let's put in a pre-order for the Twister for Twats doll. Yes. So whenever they're ready, Tiffany, let us know. Well, I'll put a pre-order. I want one. But yeah, isn't it strange, right? Why would she erase all of her phone messages if she wasn't involved in something? That's the question of the year. That's the question that we've always had is why would she delete all of her text messages if she claims to be innocent? Hmm. Jim is her Fallout guy. Yeah. Or Fall guy, sorry, Fallout. Fallout guy. All right, let's continue.
But maybe things went wrong in terms of the plan. What do you think? Let's carry on.
An exact time, but I remember it was like right after I walked.
That was a text message, though.
Yeah, it's in a text, and it was like briefly after I walked in the door. So based off how long it takes me to get home from work and when I clocked out, it's probably about 3:45 p.m.
What is with that? Why does she need to make sure that she says it was briefly, like as soon as I walked in the door is when I got the text message? What do we think is the importance with that? She said that it took her 45 minutes to get home from Anadarko to her apartment. Interesting, right? Okay. I do believe it because, right, Anadarko was in Platteville and her apartment was down in Thornton. So, yeah, it's about 45 minutes. But what do we think the importance is? Why does she keep saying that she got the text as soon as she got home. Let's look at her phone records. I think that's really weird. Or am I focusing in on something that doesn't matter? I think it matters because why is she saying it? But okay, let's go ahead and look at this. Okay, so she claims that she got home at 3:45. At 3:32, Jim called or she calls Jim. Okay, so she called Jim when she's getting home. So she's like, what, 15 minutes away from her apartment when she calls? Hey, Jim, where are you at? I'm on my way home. You got the keys to my apartment, right? Okay, you got the twister set up? All right. Did you sanitize it? I used it last night. Yeah, Chris. Anyway, yeah, you got it ready? Okay, did you bring the broccoli? Okay, cool. All right, I'll be there in a few minutes. All right, bye. And then she gets there, and then she says that she gets a text message from Chris at 3:45. Huh. Should we I know we're watching Veroscope right now, but I like to do this because obviously we're still in this rabbit hole. Should we pull up the let's go ahead and do it. Fuck it. Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and pull up Chris Watts and the body cam footage. Let's go ahead and see at around 3:43 if there's an actual text message, and let's see if we can pinpoint what Nichol Kessinger is saying. How about that? Let's just go ahead and do it. Might as well. I mean, since we're already we're already down this rabbit hole, so we might as well do it. Okay. So Chris Watts full body cam. Might as well. Yeah, because I like to see the lies. The great thing about this is that we have actual footage, so we don't have to guess. We can just pull it up and actually see it. That's the great thing about this case. Little does she know, poor thing. Not poor thing, but you know what I mean. All right, let's go ahead and figure this out. Okay, so if it's 2000, but it was actually what time was it again in Colorado at this time? It was 12, right? Okay. So then it would be 2300. Remember, the time up here is wrong. Okay, this is Greenwich time. But the time in Colorado was actually around 2 p.m. Okay. This we know for sure. Okay, let's just go ahead and use this as our reference point. Let's go ahead and use that. I'm going to pull up the text messages between Chris Watts and Nichol Kessinger. Okay, let's see. All the text messages. Yes, here they are. All right. So all the text messages between him and Nichol Kessinger. Where are they? Here they are. All right. So here it is. Found it. All right. So this was at 2:44. Okay. So right now she's saying, this is what she's saying, that at 3:44, when she got home, wait a minute. Did she get home at 2:44 and not 3:44? What is happening here? Bye, LA woman. Peace out. Wait, what is going on here? This text message, 2:44 p.m. Nichol is claiming that he texted her actually at 3:45 p.m. when she got home. Okay. This one came in at 2:44 and it says, "Oh my god, that is absolutely ridiculous. They would freak out." Okay. So let's go ahead and see. So 2:44:20. So then that means 21:45 would be 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and fast forward and see if that matches. Where is Chris? Okay, here's Chris. It's 3:33. So let's go ahead and watch.
To a friend's house, so that's all I knew.
Who was she supposed to go to?
That's all she told me. She said she's going to a friend's house to take the kids.
When did she tell you that?
This morning when we were talking to him about 4 and 5 o'clock.
Wow. Look at how he's just rocking back and forth. Okay, I still don't see a text message, but it, it might just not be the right time. All right, let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Okay. I don't think that that's when the text message came through. What do you guys think? It's 3:36. The cop just nowhere near Chris right now, so we can't even see what he's doing, but
What were you guys saying about red on the stairwell?
where's Chris?
I didn't see what he's
Where the hell
talking
did he
about.
go? Where is he? Okay, he's upstairs.
No. I mean, I looked pretty thoroughly everywhere, and I'm not.
Hello, officer. Can you go check Chris? Where's he at? Okay, here's Chris.
This is the suitcase she had yesterday.
It doesn't seem truthful, right?
This stuff she had last night. Yep.
All right, so he's there.
What's this? This is. Oh, that's just some Antarctica stuff. Is that your stuff? Yeah, that's the stuff I was gonna give to people because they don't fit me anymore. Oh, these are your jeans? Yeah. It was like 38s. They're way too big now.
Okay, nothing yet.
Well, give us a call, anybody, if you hear anything from her. Otherwise, I'm gonna start putting together just in case we need to pull the trigger for a missing person.
Nothing yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to run some things down using her phone, and then see if we can't find somebody. If nobody's heard anything at all, then we'll probably pull the trigger a little bit quicker. Go that route. So, I mean, you can do that now. There's no reason. I mean, as far as like walking through fields and stuff like that, I don't know. Like a hospital. You can do that now. If you guys want to start that, there's no reason you can do that right now. Okay.
Look at the time.
So, the other things I'm going to do is
It's 3:39.
detail as far as digging into friends and
3:40.
okay. So I'll get your numbers. So I'll be in touch.
Okay, what is Chris doing with his hand? Is that his phone at this point? I'm trying to see where is this text message coming through? The one that Nichol Kessinger supposedly says that Chris sent to her. He's actually bad at acting. He looks sus the whole time. Oh my gosh, yes, he does. Is he doing this with his phone? Because if he has his phone in his hand, then I think he might have gotten her text message. Let's keep watching.
You want us to be in touch?
Okay, it is his phone.
Stuff things like this.
Look.
There's some things we have to do before we go just flat out with some person. That's stuff to do.
Okay, he's looking.
I know everyone.
Comes with the job.
Yeah.
He's
Good or bad?
laughing. Why are you laughing?
Well, good or bad, I get to contact everyone eventually.
Okay. So if it does go missing person, we like set up like a. I'm not sure.
Where's this text? Where's this text
actually,
at?
It's really not that. Okay. Yeah, it's really not like that. What it'll be is in the computer system. So when she pops up somewhere, and then on top, everybody looking around, asking around. So really, what it is we're gonna go back and do now will be part of that process, the missing persons process.
Okay, still no
We wanna
text.
find out where she at if the kid was involved. Yeah. Too.
But then he goes outside.
Is this a pretty current picture?
No,
No?
I've got one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, Facebook is full.
Okay.
So that's where we're starting, and then like I said, we're gonna start calling around by all means. But,
Just keep watching. I do want to see this text.
it seems like no way covering that base. Okay. And if you don't feel covering any of those bases, then call, and then we'll take care of that.
Look at how he's hugging himself. Should I call the hospitals? He looks like he's the one in pain. Where's this text?
So, I mean, I've seen people do some really weird things, especially when it's shattering news, and especially for women, it's real hard. I'm not trying to see. I'll run it down. Thank you. Okay?
Okay, let's see.
What? You knocked and we opened.
You want mom's stuff?
We're gonna go get in the car so we can go home.
She really wants to.
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
So the officer's leaving too now. No! No! We don't get to see it! Look, he's texting right now, though, but we don't even know what time this is. Who is he texting?
So you're the homeowner, right? You guys aren't renters? Yeah. Okay.
He's texting Nichol
So
Kessinger,
this
of
is
course.
a consensual search.
Okay. What do we think? It's really weird that Nichol Kessinger said that she was texted at 3:45. I mean, she knows the exact time because she says she got home at 3:45, and as soon as she walked in the door, she got the text message, "I don't know where my family is," or "They're gone," or "They're not home." This text message, though, it came in an hour before she said that she got it at 2:44. So this is going to be the question for the chat. Okay, so I'm going to put it up in a poll. What do we think here? This is the first time that I've made this connection because, again, right, it's a lot of information. But what do we think? Do we think that the text message actually, the one that she's referring to, is this one at 2:44? Or do we think that another text message came in at 3:45, when she said that she got it? We weren't able to see it because the body cam footage ended. Which is, I wish, anyway, whatever. I wish I had been the police officer. I would have never left Chris's side. I would have slept over. I would have been like, "Hey, Chris, is it okay if I spend the night? Yeah, do you have extra blankies or anything? No? Do you have like an extra sleeping bag? Maybe an extra bed somewhere where I can spend the night? No?" I would have spent the night. I would have kept recording him the whole night. But anyway. Okay, what do we think? Is this the text message that she's referring to, or is she talking about another one at 3:44? Because if this is the one that she's talking about, and she said, "Oh, he texted me that the family isn't home," is this the text that she's referring to? And if it is this code for saying the cops are here? Again, this is something that I've always wondered, and I think I've now made the connection, but let me know if I'm insane. Let me know if I'm crazy. You guys keep me sane, like I said. All right, let's go ahead and continue with Veroscope, and then I will put up the poll.
Text me and tell.
So she looks for Dad for support for the time. Did you notice that? The time required support from Dad. So we would note that.
Yeah.
Me that. And like he knows when I get off of work too, so he doesn't always bug me if I'm busy.
Oh, please.
The card covering the mouth has now turned into that typical back of the head little scratchy thing that they sometimes do.
So I don't know what's up with that, but that's when he sends that to me. And
so you're saying that he would have known that you would have had your phone available
What do you think?
to you and not been at work when he sent you that text message?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
So looking back at it, you think it was...
Yeah. The officer keeps making a statement and then she just has to say, "Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say," or "Yeah, something like that," or "Yeah, that was sort of it," and it's an ineffective technique. It doesn't. The elicitation techniques from this officer, with this individual in particular, who's very obstructive, aren't working. There is, however, by default of not doing it very well, a goldmine of other information which we're getting, but by accident rather than design. Let's carry on.
Yeah.
Is purposefully sent it.
All right, so I put up a poll. The question is, this is referring to the text that she was talking about. The text that she got at 3:44, is she referring to this text, the one, "Oh my god, that is ridiculous, they would freak out?" Or is she talking about another text that she supposedly got at 3:45? I was reading the chat, she would have already known that his family is missing and gone. Boops. I love how Veroscope always or almost oh my goodness, I can't read. I love how Veroscope knew almost nothing about this case when he started these NK videos, and by the end of the first video, he suspects NK. Yes. Yes. You know, in fact, this is how I started suspecting NK. I didn't suspect NK until I started watching her actual videos. I, like many of you, watched the documentary during COVID in 2020, and I was already looking into this case, but I didn't actually become convinced that she was involved until I watched her and heard her own words and saw her behavior and then started going down the rabbit hole of all of the evidence against her. So it really is just her behavior and her doing that makes so many of us believe that she's guilty. Yes. If you find your kids, they will love unicorn marshmallows. Yeah. If you find your kids. Who says that? Oh my God. Look at Dwayno. Dwayno. Yeah, look at him. He doesn't get his eyes off of his daughter. Have you noticed? The entire interview, it seems that he is focused on Nicole. He wants to make sure that her body language is good, that she doesn't incriminate herself, and he's not really in the conversation. So he's not really interacting with anybody else. His focus is Nicole. Wow. Let's continue.
At that time.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm just asking your feeling on that.
Yes, and then he said, "Call me when you can," and I was.
There was
like,
no other communication between you and him that morning, on Monday morning.
Well,
at all.
there was, but it was like random, like.
But nothing about this event.
No.
About like my wife.
Bullshit. This is when we know that Nicole is lying. No. No, nothing about that. Nothing about that. No. He just told me that the family wasn't home. Weird.
Wife's
No. No. And the officer is making the statements. And she admits to lots of communications, but not about this. No, she tells us.
No,
How many no's was that? No.
missing or
No.
anything.
Nothing.
No, nothing.
No. Nothing. Oh, come on.
Was that a denial?
Yes, it was. Of course it was. No. Nothing. Okay, what is this then? What is this? It came in at 2:44 p.m. Chris Watts was already watching himself in neighbor Nate's camera. He already knew that the police was there. So what is this? Is this not part of the text that she's talking about? No. He didn't tell me anything about this situation. What is this then? Oh my God, that is absolutely ridiculous. They would freak out. I really want to know what this text means. Anyway, let's continue.
Was there any form of denial from her? Or just statements from the officer and she says, no, nothing?
Yep.
No, nothing. See, that's not a full denial, is it? Let's listen to how she then gives perhaps a better denial going forward.
With love, she is tomato red. Red. Yeah, she does. She looks like a tomato. She's tomato red, and the thing is that her dad also gets tomato red. Have you noticed? Sometimes, yeah, he's about to jump out of his chair, like, hey, Nick, don't say those things, Nick. Yeah, she's tomato red, and so is Daddy. Daddy Kessinger gets really red when Nicole starts saying too much. Let's continue.
Okay.
Nothing.
and you knew he wasn't coming to the
Nothing.
office because he had told you that Sunday night.
Yeah, and then he goes, and so like they're only in the office for the morning. Like,
Right.
Yeah, and then he goes, she didn't know, she didn't like what she was about to say because a lot of it was coming from the unconscious, and she stopped it. She self-censored,
Yeah.
and then began another sentence. And she does this constantly. Start, stop, don't finish the sentence, start a new sentence, stop, don't finish the sentence, start a new sentence, stop, don't finish the sentence, start a new sentence, stop. And this is her pattern. And so what she can do is yabber on for 5 minutes, and she said nothing apart from a hypnotic language pattern, which is sending these two to sleep.
That's funny. Oh man. I don't think it was putting Dwayne to sleep because he's hawk-eyed. He's like, I raised you better than this, Nicky. Kevin, I don't think he's falling asleep because he's in love. He's got his little hard eyes. Okay, Nicky. Anything you say, I will believe. Text me about it at 2 a.m. Yeah, so I really don't believe that neither of them are falling asleep. Maybe the other detective, the one that is in the back that we can't see, which again, why was he there in the first place if he's not even going to ask any questions? But yeah, the other guy in the back is probably sleeping. He's probably like, "Huh? Is this interview still going? Oh, okay. Can I get some chips, anybody?" My God. Wow. Yeah, notice the long sleeves in August. Yes, exactly, Angela. She's covering her scratches from Shanann. I mean, she's wearing long sleeves. They're like a quarter? Are they like a half sleeve or something? Or does she roll them up? I don't even know. But again, she's wearing dark clothes. She's wearing sweaters and long sleeves, and it's August. I mean, look at me. Sometimes it does get cold. I am usually a very cold person, but when it's hot, I am not going to be wearing long sleeves. Okay. It is hot. It's summer. So, no. And I run cold. Anyway, let's continue.
Okay.
some days it's longer than others, but I would say by a maximum of 7:30 every single morning, they are all gone, and they don't come back unless they have like a meeting or something.
Okay, some days they don't come back unless there's a meeting or something. This is all rubbish. This is all nothing to do with the actual days and events.
Yep.
This is all normally. They sometimes do this and they sometimes do that, and sometimes they have a meeting, and if they don't, then they don't. And then sometimes they don't do that and they have a meeting instead over here. And it's
Right.
nothing to do with anything. It's waffle.
It's waffle.
It's deliberate waffle to avoid.
Yeah, I call it fluff. It's just fluff. I've made the example before of, when you're writing a paper, a professor gives you an assignment and they're like, "Here, write me a 10-page paper." And then you just start with a bunch of fluff because you didn't actually read the assignment. So you're like, once upon a time in a land far, 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 far away, there was a blue sky, very, very blue, blue like the ocean. The ocean is blue because the sky is blue, and the sky is blue because the ocean is blue. Very, very long ago, there was a princess living in the castle. The castle is made of bricks. Each brick is made of mud. The mud is brown. The mud comes from the ground. Okay, get to the point. Okay, like get to the point. What is up with this lady in the castle? Is there a story? I don't care that the sky is blue. What's the point of the story, right? But you just start with a bunch of fluff because the page or the paper is supposed to be 10 pages. So you're just gonna write 5.5 pages describing the brick. It's brown and it's made of mud. That's what she does. She doesn't want to get to the point, and so she's like, "Yeah, something about work. I don't really see him. Yeah, sometimes I give him gift cards, but only if he has a really nice haircut." Why does it matter? None of these things matter, Nicole. Get to the point. Get to the point. Let's continue.
The uncomfortable truth. And that's the truth.
They have to attend. So like not seeing him for the rest of the day is not like an unnormal thing.
Okay.
But like I'm saying,
Unnormal.
An unnormal thing. Wasn't that an unusual turn of phrase? An unnormal thing.
Very unusual and very unnormal. What? Who says unnormal? It's not an unnormal thing that we don't talk in the mornings. Actually, it is. It is very unnormal, very unusual, not normal at all. But then it's really weird that she's using this word. My name is Mud. Let's continue.
we don't really. The only reason we interact was kind
We didn't like where that was going.
Yep.
Started a new sentence. Are you noticing?
Yep.
If you are, then you're doing really well, because we don't have subtitles and we're not going too much into analysis notes. So you're doing this at conversational speed. And if you've been following take my gum shield out. If you've been following had done it again, Veroscope for a while, you'll probably be at conversational speed already.
Yep.
In other words, you can spot at conversational speed the self-censorship happening. It's almost like when you learn a foreign language, your ear tunes in and has the ability to start separating the words.
Yeah.
At first, perhaps if you learn Spanish, it would all appear as if every single sound was all jumbled together, and actually separating the individual words and having meaning behind those individual words comes later in learning the language.
Right.
And in the same way that when you're learning how to detect deception at interview conversational speed, gradually each technique separates so that you can quickly and easily hear and understand each self-censorship. Started a sentence, stopped. Started a new sentence, stopped. Started a new sentence, stopped. Started a new sentence, didn't like where that was going, stopped. Reversed around, came back to the beginning. Spent 2 minutes waffling about rubbish. What we normally do, what we usually do, what we sometimes do, what would have happened had we done it. And all this complete rubbish we're hearing at her speed, picking out each individual deceptive marker. Almost like when you learn a new skill and you become consciously competent, whereas perhaps when you first started, you were unconsciously incompetent.
I think we were all very consciously competent. What do you guys think? I think every one of us that are, we're watching this, everyone in the community, everyone in the chat, I think we all kind of figured it out just by watching her, because nothing that she does is truthful. It's not honest. This is just not how honest people behave. I mean, I don't know, maybe if you lived under a rock, you would think this is how honest people behave. I don't know. I mean, who wouldn't think there's something weird with this? There's a lot of people, right? A lot of people out there don't actually think that Nichol Kessinger is guilty of anything. They just think that she's guilty of knowing that Chris was married and that she's a homewrecker, and that's why she's lying, because she's ashamed. Sure. But have you watched this video? Have you watched her interviews? Have you listened to any of her phone interviews? I think that once you listen and you watch that, I think you would know, unless you're not. Unless you are, what is it? What did he call it? Incompetent? Unknowingly incompetent? It's just not a normal behavior, right? From people who say that they're innocent. But what do you guys think? Where are we at with the poll? I'm like, we have a poll up, don't we? We need more evidence. Oh, okay. So is NK referring to the freak out text? So 46%, we don't know. We need more evidence. Yes. The other is 14% no. She got another one at 3:45, and then 41% say yes at 2:44. Okay. Yeah, I think so too. Okay, so I think we either need more evidence. I'm kind of on the fence. We need more evidence, and we didn't have it because we don't have the footage. And I also think that she might have been referring to the one at 244. So I'm kind of just floating around between those two. All right. I'm going to leave it up for a few more minutes if anybody else wants to vote. All right, let's continue.
And then consciously incompetent, and then consciously competent, and then final stages of skill, unconsciously competent. I once learned to fly helicopters of all things, and I had a wonderful instructor. He was an ex-Hughes test pilot, and he was also a British Airways heavy captain. He flew heavy aircraft, transatlantic. British Airways. He was also ex-RAF. So this is a real aviator, an aviator in his blood. He said to me, Alistair, if you can't explain something simply, this is when he gave me a question and I started to try and bullshit him. He said, if you can't explain something simply, you probably don't know the answer well enough.
Right.
And he's correct.
Yep.
If we hear complicated answers from people, they probably don't understand the subject well enough.
Yep.
And in Nichole's case, our ability to separate out the techniques of deception, of which there are hundreds which we've been learning, they're all identifiable. Sometimes they're group techniques, sometimes they're individual techniques which we can learn to see and spot and identify. The communication reveals, I don't have a number, but at a guess, 3 times, 4 times as much as a normal sentence before you were doing the analysis. It reveals so much more intelligence.
Right.
Now, it takes effort to do this, and it can be exhausting to do it for too long. So the truth is, what happens is you get very skilled at this deception detection skill.
Yep.
And you learn to turn it on like a radar. So normally you're just having a chat with somebody, and you're not doing this skill which requires effort.
I mean, it really does. I agree with that. It requires a lot of effort to get through all of Nichol Kessinger's lies and to be watching every single movement and every little tell, right? Whenever she gets off her baseline. I mean, because we're like right on her, right? Like hawk eyes, just like Dwayne Kessinger. We can't get our eyes off of her because everything that she does, whether it's the I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm tired, all of those things. I mean, we have to use all of our energy to keep focused on her. So I completely get it. I totally get it. It is exhausting.
You have to listen. You have to listen really carefully. You have to pay full attention to the person.
Constantly.
Absolutely 100% full attention to them.
Yep.
And then you're hearing.
So I do wonder if Kevin just didn't pay attention to what she was saying because he was paying too much attention to what she was looking like. Maybe he was thinking back on some of the photos that he looked through. Who knows? Again, this is just me. I'm just thinking out loud here because, again, it's really weird. I think it's so weird that Kevin didn't push. We've speculated, right? We've guessed. Is it that he was having a crush on her, or was he told to not push, or was he incompetent? Like, what is it? Because this is not normal police behavior. This is not a normal interrogation or an investigation into a quadruple homicide. To have a 30-year-old grown woman and her daddy sitting there coaching her through it all, while the detective is crushing on her and then the other two are in the back sleeping. This is not normal. I've never seen this before. This is a quadruple homicide. 3 children and a pregnant woman. And this is how we're treating that? Come on. Come on. We deserve better than that. Shanann, Bella, Cece, and Nico deserved better than that. What is this? The whole thing is just bogus. Anyway, let's continue.
3-4 times as much communication. Normally, if it's just a chat, you don't need to do that because perhaps you're just having a chat about the rugby,
Yeah, exactly.
or politics, whatever you're having a chat about. You don't need to. Do you see? Do you see the difference? But so as we go on, and sometimes it's useful, just like if you're training in anything, like I studied Gracie Jiu Jitsu for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and I got quite good at it.
Jujitsu.
But training one thing to perfection again and again and again gets you better than learning 100 different things. If you look at some of the individuals, Hickson, Gracie, for instance, many of his fights, or Hodger, Gracie, many of his
Who's
fights
he talking about?
end using the same techniques that you learn as a white belt in the first couple of months.
Oh, right.
But the difference is those techniques are perfected. And yet, at the highest levels of skill and competition, those same techniques that you learn in month 1 and 2 are the same techniques at the highest level they're using in the real fight effectively. Isn't that interesting? So, unconscious competence, the ability to spot all the deception markers at conversational speed when you turn the radar on. I hope that's made sense. Let's carry on.
Like by
Yep.
an off chance thing. Like I don't work with him.
Mm-hmm.
So he
What was that?
yeah, we talk like
Is Veroscope gonna point that out? I don't work with him. What is she doing there? Let's go ahead and see that again. Because that is so weird. Again, it's her behavior. It's off.
Markers at conversational speed when you turn the radar on. I hope that's made sense. Let's carry on.
like by an off chance thing. Like I don't work with him.
Mm-hmm.
So he
I don't work with him. So him. I mean, yeah, she's right. She doesn't work with him on the field because she worked in the AC unit, right? She worked in the office with the AC and she had her own, water jug or whatever. So, yeah, I guess she didn't really work with him. But I mean, they worked at Anadarko. They still saw each other. But notice she's trying to downplay it again. She's trying to distance how much she knows about Chris and his job. It's the same thing that she does the entire time. She says one thing and then says another. I don't really know anything about his job, but I do know that he is a field coordinator. And then before that, he was a rover. And then he does this and then he does that. But I don't really know what he does in his job because I don't work with him. What? That's a huge lie. Yeah, she looks at the camera. All of these are lies, the whole thing. Let's continue.
yeah, we talk like randomly throughout the day, but it was really sporadic and he seemed pretty busy, so we didn't talk too much. Like I said, didn't put too much thought into it. It happens all the time. Waited till about 3:45, then sent that text to me. And yes, he does know that I will be home at that point.
Did we get that? Yeah, I waited until 3:45 and yes, he does know I'm going to get back home at that point. Okay. So, no text message. Everything was sporadic that day, but it's not weird, right? It's not unnormal. He's busy. And then he sent me that text at 3:45. Is she mistaken? Does she mean 2:45? Because again, she brought up the same text message. She said 3:45. The first text message that she got was 3:45. This is 2:44. I think she's lying. I don't think maybe she got another text at 3:45, but that is not the first text that she got. She's lying here. This is the first text that she got. Unless, and that was the question, right? Is Nichol Kessinger referring to this text message or another one? I think she's referring to this one now. because she just said no text until 3:45. But this is the first text that she got. Maybe in Snapchat? Yeah, maybe. Maybe it was over WhatsApp or Snapchat. Yeah, it could be. And she's getting confused. Oh, yeah, maybe. Could be. Yeah, that's very possible. Because if she had Snapchat and WhatsApp and then she has a text message, then she's probably getting confused, right, with all of her lies. And so then she remembers a Snapchat text at 3:45, but she doesn't remember that she got this one at 2:44. Very interesting. Thank you for bringing that up. Let's continue.
Or getting home.
Did you give Mark Jim's information?
No, I would really not like to involve him in this.
Okay.
He does not know about this. He doesn't know any of this is occurring.
Okay.
I was
So
literally
he knows certainly through the media that something's occurred.
Yeah, he's
with
out of
Chris.
town. He's probably has
Okay.
no idea. He doesn't know
Okay.
who Chris is. He's not. I do not know.
So he's just a friend of yours.
Yes. He does
That
not need
was
to be
coming
dragged
to your
into this.
apartment and doesn't know anything about Chris. Does he know anything about Chris?
No,
Okay.
nothing. Absolutely.
No, nothing. Absolutely nothing. No, leave him out of this. He's out of town. He's in Wyoming. He has no idea what's going on in the States. What? Really? Wow. Didn't we all know what was going on? I wasn't even in Colorado when this happened, and I knew what was going on. Did we? Okay, how about everyone, not even people from the US. How about this? How about all of our friends from not the US? Did you guys know about this? Or were you in Wyoming? You just didn't know that anything was happening. Oh, I didn't know. It's because I was in Wyoming. It's a different planet. We don't get any signal or any media up there. Come on. Imagine. Welcome. Welcome to members. Hey, let's celebrate. Let's welcome our new member, Silver. Let me know if you can see the emojis. Oh, yeah, guys, please let me know when the emojis start working again, because if not, I'm just going to start harassing YouTube. Those emojis, I mean, they're there for a reason, so you guys can use them. And not only that, but I paid for those emojis. I paid to get them made. Come on. But yeah, let me know. Let me know if they work. Haggy Witch. Oh my God, I love it. No. Yeah, it's the way that she says her nose. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. Let's go ahead and see what else she's saying here.
Absolutely
And we've
not.
known Jim for years and years.
You're not dating him or anything like that? It's
No,
just a
he's
friend.
one of my very good friends. My dad knows him. He's a great guy. He works out of state a lot, so when he's in town, we hang out. But when he's in town and he's off of work, to save time,
So did she deny dating him there? Let's listen to that again.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she denied dating him. She's like, "Oh, no. No. He's just my friend. He's a great guy. I wouldn't date him. I don't date great guys at all. I date family annihilators. I date men that don't like to go down south. They just like north, east, and west. He's a good guy. I would never date him." Okay. And then look at how she's looking over at Dwayne Kessinger for help. Right, Daddy? Isn't he a good guy? I mean, my dad knows him. He'll vouch for me, right, Daddy? He's such a good guy, right? You know him. Yeah, you've known him forever. He's known him. You don't have to ask anything about Jim. My dad knows him. Okay. Are we in grade school? This is a quadruple homicide, right? Let's remember what we're watching here. We're not watching a lady trying to get her driver's license at the DMV. We're not watching a lady not being able to scan her groceries at King Super and she's asking for help. "Excuse me, can I get this? I can't get it to work." No. This is a quadruple homicide, and this is an interview into the mistress who the man murdered his family for. And they're all talking as if they're all just hanging out right now at the Chuck E. Cheese. What is happening? It's just it just makes me so upset. It makes me angry. Let's continue.
Absolutely
And we've
not.
known
He does
That
not need
was
to be
coming
dragged
to
into
your
this.
apartment and doesn't know anything about Chris. Does he know anything about Chris?
No,
Okay.
nothing. Absolutely
and we've
not.
known Jim for years and years.
You're not dating him or anything like that?
No,
It's just a
he's
friend.
like one of my very good friends. Like my dad knows him. He's a great guy. He works out of state a lot, so when he's in town, we hang out. But when he's in town and he's off of work to save time, so I give him the key to my house, one, because I trust him and he's one of my best friends, and two, because
Well, I give him a key to my house because one, I trust him. He's one of my best friends, and two, because um he's good at Twister. Exactly. She doesn't want to come up with the second answer. Oh fuck, what's the second one? I can't bring up Twister because they're gonna know that I lied. And two, he brings me broccoli. What is she about to say? Let's go ahead and guess. I mean, we've already watched it, but let's guess.
sometimes he will just meet me there because I'll be like,
Okay.
What was 2?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Veroscope's like, wait, what was 2? Oh my god, we're on the same wavelength. Okay, let's go ahead and watch it.
What was 2 again? Even she was struggling with number 2.
Oh my
Does
god.
anyone remember what number 2 was?
work, and then if
Oh my god, this is so funny. Oh my god. It's so crazy. Veroscope. We're on the same wavelength, you and I. What was 2? Do we know? Well, he's my best friend and I trust him. And 2, she never came up with her second excuse. What was it? Well, it's because he's always there and he always meets me there. I thought he was always out of town. How is he always meeting you there if he's in Wyoming and he's not getting any signal? Is anybody watching this live stream in Wyoming? Please raise your hand. Let me know how your signal is. Bad signal strength, ain't it? Have you heard of the internet up in Wyoming? Probably not. Come on. How is this guy always at her apartment when he's in a different land far, far away? Wyoming. Okay, let's continue.
I get stuck in traffic or something, he ends up like sitting outside of my apartment waiting for me to get off of work. So I'm like, here's a key, and like my dog loves him and stuff. So no, he's not
So he's just-
involved.
Okay, a bunch of extra BS that we don't care about, we don't need to hear. Oh, I gave him a key because I'd rather just give him a key so that he's not sitting there waiting in traffic for me to get home, and my dog loves him, so whatever. Who cares? Again, who cares? She's giving him a key because, oh, he's sitting in traffic and the dog loves him. Okay, so what? Let's continue.
Family friends.
Yes, I don't even
The only
want
reason
him
I ask,
dragged into this.
and I'm not really concerned.
She doesn't want him dragged into this. Is that what she said?
Get off of work, so I'm like, here's a key, and like my dog loves him and stuff. So no, he's not
So he's just
involved
family
with it.
friends.
Yes, I don't even
The only
want
reason
him
I ask,
dragged into this.
and I'm not
She
really
did,
concerned
didn't she?
about.
She doesn't want Jim dragged into this.
Mm-hmm. Dragged.
How would Jim be dragged into this?
Exactly.
It was important for her to say that her best friend, who has her key, and even her dad knows him. I wonder why that was relevant.
Right. Right. Oh my God. Veroscope and I should do an episode together. I think so. Veroscope, if you're watching this, hit me up or I'll hit you up, whatever. Because what? Yeah, how is that relevant? Why does it matter that the dad knows Jim as if that's somehow supposed to, I don't know, bring more credibility to her story? I mean, that's her dad at the end of the day, not some random stranger. It's her dad. So, of course, he's going to have her back. It's not going to make her any more credible. Just because the dad says, "Oh yeah, my daughter is a good person." Ignore the fact that she stabbed people in the past. She's a good person. What are we supposed to believe him? Just because he said that? Come on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, my ear is itchy. Oh my god. What in the world? Anyway, let's continue. NK needs to be held accountable for this terrible crime. Yes, that's what we're pushing for. That's what we're pushing for. Hopefully in 2 years. Let's continue.
You see, if we had time, we'd go back and we'd study this and do a proper analysis just on this sentence. If you're interested in how we do an analysis
Just on the
on a
sentence.
single sentence, in other words, what we're doing here is we're just doing a very low-level surface skim. But if you want to see how we might do a full forensic analysis of a single sentence, go back and have a look at Judge Cannoni in the Karen Reed trial. Go back and go on the Veroscope channel, go
Oh,
halfway
okay.
down the videos approximately, and you'll see Judge Cannoni, one of the most awful judges you'll ever watch in your entire life. In my opinion,
Oh,
the most biased judge I've ever seen.
really?
And in my opinion, somebody that I suspect the FBI will investigate as part of their investigation into the Karen Reed case, along with the district attorney. However,
Whoa. Who is Karen Reed? Do you guys know about this Karen Reed case? He just turned me on to another case, especially because now he's saying something about the judge and the district attorney. Not that I don't think the judge had really any say in the Chris Watts case. The district attorney, however, 100%. So, what is it? Karen Reed? Is that what he said? Karen Reed. Do you guys know about this? Does anybody know about this? I'm sure you guys do. I've probably seen it in my comments. The name sounds familiar. Oh, okay. Reed as in just read, Chris. Okay, got it. All right, Karen Reed. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead or not let's go ahead. I will go ahead and look into it. That's interesting. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. I'll check it out. Check it out on my own, but all right. Yeah. Let's continue.
go and have a look at those videos, and you'll see a single sentence analyzed. And the level of intelligence that we can get from a single, or ideally a single paragraph, it can give you a level of intelligence that will blow your mind. Go and check out those videos, and especially with regards to justice and judges and prosecutors.
Eric, you get a key, and you get a key, and you get a key. All of the handsome men get a key. Woo! Only if you're handsome, though. And you also get a gift card. I don't know. Does Nichol Kessinger think her friend Jim is handsome? Probably. I mean, she gave him a key after all, so who knows? Let's continue.
The ability to detect deception, and especially in false confessions, by the way. Veroscope has just released a paper on open science framework. There's a dozen papers on there if anyone's interested in looking at the science behind how the field is detecting deception through language.
Oh, so everyone's telling me that the Karen Reed case is famous. Wow, I've never even heard. Have I heard of it? Let me just look it up real quick. Wait, who is she? I don't know who she is. I don't know who this lady is. Sorry, guys. Do I live under a rock? Is that what's going on? Am I just too obsessed with the Chris Watts case that I just don't have time for anything else? Okay, let's see. Karen Reed, Massachusetts. When was this? Hmm. John O'Keefe. Oh. Huh. I don't know. It sounds familiar. 2022. Okay. Third woman went looking for O'Keefe. O'Keefe. How did John O'Keefe die? Yeah, the names sound familiar. I don't know the case, guys. I really don't. I don't know this case, but yeah, thank you for that. I'll check it out. Wait, people think she was framed? Oh, that's interesting. Let's bring those back up. I was about to put it away and then I saw that she was framed? Huh? I wonder what we all think. What's the consensus on this one? What in the world? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, is this the judge? This is the judge that he's talking about. Who's Turtle Boy? What? There's a lot I need to learn about this case. Turtle Boy. Okay, yeah, there's a lot. Okay. Awesome. I'll check it out. Let's go let's go ahead and continue with Chris Watts and Nicole Kessinger.
The papers themselves have identified. Let's just very quickly go into Chris Watts so I can explain this perhaps from the beginning. So, and we will do a table like this for Nicole, by the way. I did lose my thread and my point there, so do excuse me if I started a sentence and then didn't finish it. But
Oh.
here, look, Chris Watts,
Oh.
in 537 words of speech about the morning. This is the part of the Chris Watts interviews when it's the police body cam in the house and they're
Oh.
talking to him, and the cover story architecture. What's produced 0 buts, howevers, and all those. Baseline safe speech did contain these types of words. These are the adversative words. But we didn't get the signal on the parts of the statement where we should have had a continuation of his baseline. And we got some of the reference data where we recognize adversative decreases and increases in the parts of the statements, initially from the LeConte and Kleinberg studies, which they did at university. Just over 1,000 students were asked to lie and put on the statements where the lies were. And also my own paper called The Structural Channel, which you'll see on Open Science Framework. And this is the paper's stamp. But look, we get complete shutdown of the adversative words at the segment of the statement, whereas before his baseline was 0.392, we got complete shutdown of adversative.
Interesting. Huh. Oh, this is so
Causal
interesting.
Words, because, so, since. Although since does have a temporal element to it, we normally put it in the causal word grouping. These depleted at the points in the segment points on the statement which were deceptive from baseline.
Oh. Huh.
Do you see these words here?
Just, really, and literally?
Justifications or intensifiers.
The intensifiers, these are the ones that Nichol Kessinger loves to use. This is all Chris Watts, right? I wonder if they've done this with Nichol Kessinger, because the intensifiers, the just, really, I mean, literally, I was there like maybe just like literally 5 minutes and then I got the text. These are the ones that Nichol Kessinger loves to use. So I'm curious to see what Nicole Kessinger's baseline is and then what it sounds like when she's lying. I wonder if this baseline is like this and then it is completely elevated for her as well when she's lying, because this is what she uses a lot of. I don't knows. She loves the I don't know and the I don't remember. Isn't that the perfect one for her? I don't remember. Honestly, ugh, the thing is, I'm just so tired. I don't remember. Intensifiers, the I don't knows, the I don't remembers. The stuttering doesn't really happen with her. It happens with Chris a lot. But what else is this? The planning. So I had to, supposed to. She kind of does this. And then the left. This one is interesting. The passive voice. Yeah, this one. She does that a lot too. All right, let's continue.
These elevated over 3 times. Passive voice increased. This word is so revealing. Look, we had nearly a 5-time increase at parts of the statement which are clustered with deception markers. We see left is used nearly 5 times as much, elevated.
Wow.
Do you see? So what we're doing, once we have more than just a surface skim, we go into the mathematics of the words. Now, how do we do that? How does this work? How does
Bye.
the math?
Yeah, this is crazy, right? Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye, Shelly. Yeah, this is insane, isn't it? I love that we're bringing in the science and the math for this because, up until this point, before watching Veroscope, all we've been doing really is using our own, our own intuition, basically our own knowledge, our own experiences from, our past, our experiences with other relationships, our upbringing and stuff. And excuse me, it's just very interesting to see it written down this way where we actually have ratios, right? We have the baseline. Everything is mathematically proven. And so, yeah, I mean, what we're doing here is analyzing Nicole's lies with actual science, which is what we need. Because at this point, it's not just a feeling that we're having, this is scientific. It can be mathematically evaluated. And so, I think, when we start analyzing the lies using this, everything that we say just carries more weight. Let's continue.
Mathematics of the actual words themselves work. Well, let's go into a picture of these two.
These two, yep.
Without these being the actual areas. There are 2 parts of the brain that produce language.
I like was he saying without these two being the actual areas? Is that what he said? Is he trying to say here, let's point out to the actual spots where the brains are for Chris and Nichol Kessinger. Here, let's just go ahead and pull up a picture. Okay, let's see. Which picture should I pull up for Chris Watts? Christopher Twats. All right, let's pull up Twats. Twatty boy. All right. Let's bring up. All right, this one. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, so the 2 parts of the brain. um a little piece of the brain for him lives here, and that's the only bit that we see when he's actually struggling really hard with Graham Coder. So for Chris Watts, scientifically speaking, his brain is right there. You guys see it? You got to squint really, really hard. It's in there. You'll see it. You can't see it right now, but it's spinning. I feel it because the room is getting hot. And let's go ahead and bring up Nichol Kessinger. Where is her brain? God, this lady, I'm sure she hates me. Oh, I can't make it big. What is this? Oh, come on. Oh, come on. All right, here, let's use another photo then. This one. For her, I mean, she's got a bigger brain, but I think it's definitely still on the same side. Just filled with mashed potatoes. That was convenient for Nicole. She didn't have to bring any camp food to the sand dunes. She could just open Chris's head. Eat some of the mashed potatoes, Chris. Oh god. Oh man, I get cracked up so so many times with you all. You guys are funny. Oh man. Oh god, I love it. Here, let's pull up another photo. Here we go. Oh man. Okay. We look at Chris Watts. Yeah, the brain is right here. I just crack myself up sometimes. Oh, here's the bra that I use. Yeah, this is the pink bikini that he wears. I can't put it on him right now, but you get the gist. You get the gist. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what he's talking about. He's talking about the sides of the brain, and he went and pointed to it, and he's like, "Well, not exactly here." And I'm like, "No, let's go ahead and bring it up. Let's bring up the resources." It is exactly there, but anyway, let's continue.
So what we've been doing at Veroscope is studying the
Oh god.
production of language, and
Ugh.
it comes from the formulator, and the words are chosen from the two separate parts. Now, how do we know that? Well, because in motorcycle accident research in particular, when
Oh,
somebody injures their brain,
interesting.
in a part of the brain that is responsible for producing the little words, I call them, the pronouns and the articles, the thes,
Mhm.
the a's, the buts, the tos, the i's, the we's. Those little words, the pronouns and the articles, and sometimes the tenses, that's created in an unconscious part of the brain. In a similar way to unconsciously, you grow your fingernails, you can't stop it, you don't think about it, it's done for you unconsciously.
Mhm.
And these words like to and of and but and we and I, you can't choose them at conversational speed or writing speed. They just come
Right.
out as part of the
Yeah,
sentence,
they just
and that
happen.
allows you to speak. But here's the beauty. Here's the absolute wonderful thing about nature and humanity. We're truthful. And so the unconscious part of the brain, which produces these little words, produces them truthfully. Even if the other part of the brain, which is attempting to lie and deceive, and produces the larger words, the adjectives, the nouns, the construct words
Right.
that make the
Like the main
story,
words.
that tell their narrative, that part is produced more consciously. You choose those words. Uh, Unlike here, they're pretty much unconscious. Here you're choosing more. So
Okay.
what does this tell us? What's the point of learning all of this? You might say. Get on with it. You might say.
Yeah, what's the point?
Well, if these little words are always true for the most part, unless somebody's deliberately changing them, which is difficult, and you can't at conversational speed, you can at writing speed if you go back,
Right.
but generally speaking, you can't. If they're producing these little words, which are the truth, and they're producing these larger construct words, which is the deception,
The lie.
we have disharmony. We have a mathematical error where
Mm.
what was truthful, baseline, when we look at the part of the statement where we're seeing clusters and superclusters of deception, we have a change in language that can be
Got
measured.
it.
So what this means is that the analyst, and if you want to know where some of the best analysts are, it's look at the FBI's behavioral analysis unit.
Just not the CBI. Whatever you do, just don't look into Kevin Kovac. He's definitely not at all educated on this. But I do like this. It does make a lot of sense because, yeah, a lot of the words that we use, I mean, I'm talking right now and I'm thinking, I'm not even thinking, now I am, right? I'm like using my conscious mind to think of the words that I'm saying. But right, okay, so when you think of the words that you're saying, the words like the, right? The words, it just comes out naturally. But I guess what he's saying is that those words, the and the to and the they and because, those words are always true because you can't change them. The words that are deceptive are the word like the lies themselves. Like, um, I didn't know that he was married, right? The didn't the that is a word that would be there, right? I didn't know that he was married, but the I didn't know is the lie. And so I guess the brain is figuring out it's basically short circuiting because it's telling truth and lie at the same time in the same sentence. And so this is where we see the baseline breaking basically, which is so interesting. Isn't that crazy? That is so interesting. I love learning this kind of stuff because I mean, we don't even think about that. We talk to people every day. I talk to you guys almost every single day, and I don't even, like we're talking and again, I'm conscious now with the words that I'm saying, but even though I'm just talking, the words are just coming out because that is how language is structured. But when you're lying, there is there is the real word that is structured and then you're mixing in lying words, which then throws off your baseline. So cool, right? That is so crazy. Let's continue.
And detectives have been doing this unconsciously competent themselves for decades. A good detective is doing this unconsciously. In other words, their gut is telling them, huh?
Ah,
This doesn't sound, they don't know this unconsciously
right.
because the human mind doesn't need to.
Exactly. Okay, so does Kevin is he just not a human being? What's going on with Kevin? You don't even need to know this stuff, right? You don't have to read all of this math, right? What is this? Baseline 1.69. Kevin didn't have to sit there and be like, "Oh, what did Veroscope say? Should I watch out for this?" No. You're supposed to just already feel that. It's an instinct that you have. So it's just so weird that Kevin didn't feel it. Right? Isn't that weird? Let's continue.
But they know it doesn't sound right. Does that make sense? Their experience, the detectives, their experience, their gut feel, your gut feel, because don't forget, this is evolutionary. The fact that the two different parts of the brain produce two different languages and one is truthful and it comes from the
Exactly.
formulator. That's all evolution.
Yeah, this is evolutionary. Like us as human beings, we evolved to be able to tell who's lying and who's telling the truth because that protects us. We are protecting ourselves by being able to detect what is a lie, what is true, what is danger, and what is safe. And so, an FBI agent, a CBI agent, should already have that instinct. So, again, very strange that of all of the investigators, it seems that Kevin Kobach didn't have this instinct. For him, it wasn't evolutionary, it seems like. Or if it was, he ignored it because he was crushing on Nichol Kessinger or he was told not to ask questions, right? This is why it's so strange. Kevin Kobach and the way that he interviewed Nichol Kessinger is not the norm. That is not normal. How many just very quick questions for you all. How many of you guys have watched more than 10 interrogation videos? More than 10. So like think of Casey Anthony, Chris Watts again, Nicole Kessinger. Think of all of the interrogation videos you've watched and name one that is similar to this one. There isn't, right? There isn't. I can't think of any single interrogation video that I've watched that is like this, where the FBI agent or the cop isn't already sensing something weird with the suspect. Erikisa, really? What is the video? Gray? Yeah, how many yeah, have you watched more than 10 videos, right? Because again, from all the different interrogation videos that I've watched, none of them have a dad sitting in the room with a grown woman in a quadruple or even just a single homicide, and where the FBI agent or the CBI or the investigator is just sitting there flirting with the suspect or the witness. I haven't. If you have seen another one of those videos and it's similar, send it to me because I've never seen anything like this before. Yeah, Brit, more than 50 videos. Exactly, right? I mean, some of us we can't even count how many times we've watched these videos because we're so into true crime that we watch all of them. So, yeah, we've definitely watched more than 10, and none of them are like this. Let's continue.
But your gut feeling, which is the receiver of the change in language, it sets off unconsciously as well. So you know they're lying. You nearly caught me swearing. You know they're lying mathematically. However, here's the problem.
Veroscope.
You have to know the point on the statement where the lies are in order to be able to segment the statement from baseline. That's the skill. That's what we're learning. How do we identify the clusters and superclusters of deception so that the analyst can say to themselves, well, I think they're being dishonest here, 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 and
Mhm.
here,
Mhm.
and then go back and look at the maths. And normally, what happens is the maths confirms your own gut feeling.
That's
Yes, it
crazy.
did change here. Yes, it did change there. Do you see?
Wow.
So, what we have is not a conviction
That's
tool
crazy.
because it also works the other way. It's a bilateral system. If somebody's being honest, we can see it. But here's the really interesting thing, and this is what the latest science papers are about. And if you haven't read the science papers, or if you don't understand science papers, because they are, there's a lot of hard work to read them unless you're a scientist. What is really useful is taking those papers, putting them into one of your AIs, let's say, and then
Mhm.
you interrogate the AI and say, so okay, so what's this paper? What's this science paper about exactly? And that's a good way of doing it. Or if you're technically minded, read the papers. It's on OSF. I link it in the channel's description. So with Nichol, for instance, we'll be able to mathematically tell when she becomes deceptive and where. And
Yes.
does that match where we think she's also being deceptive?
Yes.
It usually does. So it's confirmatory. Oh, yes, this was the point I was making.
Yeah.
And this isn't demonstrated well enough yet, and I'm in communication with a university that has the data, and it's data about false confessions. I'm going to run the analysis independently on the confessions from the Central Park Five, which I believe are ground truth to be false confessions.
Right.
Now, here's the question. The formulator produces the language. The two different parts of the brain select the language. This part of the brain, this isn't actually true, this is for demonstration purposes. I'm just choosing two different parts. This part of the brain produces the larger construct words, which would be part of a false confession, wouldn't they? And another part of the brain produces those little words, the pronouns and the articles, which are always truthful mathematically. Now, the question is, can we show that even false confessions demonstrate mathematically that it is a false confession? In other words, not in harmony. Now, wouldn't that be wonderful for justice? And that's the
Yes.
next step. That's the next step in the science. Veroscope broke what's called the Simpsons paradox. That was the error that the science field, was.
That is next in the science. We're a little behind. We need to speed up the science, though. Let's get there so that we can prove that Nichol Kessinger has been lying. Again, we are way past just gut and feeling and instinct at this point. We have science that proves that this lady is lying. She's been lying the whole time. We've been saying it since day one. So let's bring the science into the courtroom. Why don't we do that? We bring science into the courtroom all the time. We bring analysts and therapists and DNA and all kinds of experts in their field. Why not bring a behavioral analyst and bring Nichol Kessinger in for another investigation, full investigation? Why don't we do that? Oh my God. Again, we are just so behind here. We're behind on the justice. I think that science is going to catch up before justice does because, again, what is Rourke doing? Let's continue.
Making for almost 60 years. They were measuring the entire statement, which is mainly truthful because there's only a little bit of the statement where the lies are. The field was measuring the entire statement and then comparing it to other people. And they thought that's how you would find out who's lying or not.
Of course not.
Well, if you do it that way, and that was called a Simpsons paradox, because I won't get too complex, but essentially the signal was being drowned out by the truth. You know, if the lie's here and all of the statement is truthful, the signal gets drowned out by the truth. But they compounded the error because they then compared the drowned out signal to other people's drowned out signals, wondering if that's how you tell who's lying or not. What do they get? Well, somehow they got an average of 54%, a coin flip, a bit better than a coin flip, but still a coin flip. Veroscope has broken the Simpsons paradox.
Yes.
Shown the field how we really measure deception.
Yes. Let's do it.
We measure the person against themselves, not against others. And
yeah, why would you measure a person against another person? People are different. People lie differently. People have different tells, different baselines, different upbringings. Some people have more trauma than others. Some people internalize trauma differently. I mean, we're just very, very different people. So trying to get a baseline or trying to figure out if people are lying by comparing people to other people, you're not going to get it. No, we need to compare the liar to themselves. What do they look like? What do they sound like? How do they behave when they are not lying versus when they are lying? I mean, I'm surprised that this was done incorrectly for as long as it was, because again, it makes no sense to compare people to other people. When you're lying, people lie in all different ways. Compare the person. Look at their baseline. When are they lying and when are they telling the truth based on how they behave? It's weird. The Simpsons paradox. That's why it was a paradox, because it didn't work. Come on. Let's continue. Yeah, bring NK in for a polygraph. Yes, Jerry, yes. At the bare minimum, right? That's the least they can do is bring her in for a polygraph. She's not going to take it, though. She's definitely a lot smarter than Chris Watts. Let's continue.
And at a segment of the statement where they're being deceptive and a change in language off their baseline. That's how you do it.
Yep.
And we've written the papers.
Yeah, their baseline, their own baseline.
Cognitive load theory, which is what they used to think it was, is not how the formulator works.
Of course not.
So, in other words, the science suggested that law enforcement are trained to apply stress to the individual, pressure them, because maybe that's how the language shows the truth. That's incorrect.
No.
The way to get an uncontaminated, clean statement is very simply open questions.
Right.
As an example, tell me what you did today from the moment you got up until the moment you went to bed. something along those lines, and then continue the interview, ideally using mostly their words. Don't introduce new terminology, new phrases,
Right.
and keep the questions very open. Let them speak. Just ask them to keep talking, keep telling.
Yes.
And what else? And what else? And what else? What else happened? Tell me more. Tell me more.
But that's not what happens here. That's not what happens here because Kevin keeps interrupting her and then giving her help. He's the one putting all these other ideas and words into her brain. That's the thing that Kevin, and again, I'm just, oh God, it pisses me off so much. It really does watching this because I think that the entire interview was tainted because it was Kevin. Get him out of there. Replace him with someone who actually just lets her talk. Just let her talk. No, the whole time, oh, okay, so did you know she was pregnant? Did you know she was pregnant? That's a yes or no question, Kevin. What is she going to say? No, I didn't. Well, that's 3 words. You can't tell someone is lying when they say, no, I didn't. But you can tell someone is lying when you ask them, so tell me about the time that you found out that she was pregnant. Then she has to tell a whole story. Now she can't just say no. No, I didn't. Now she has to tell the whole story of how she found out that Shanann was pregnant. So then she would have to say things like, well, I found out via social media. I found out when I went into the newspapers. And then you can tell that her baseline changes because her voice gets low or it gets high or there's pitches or she's doing things with her hands. That is how you know that she's lying. Kevin just butchered the entire interview, all of it. Stopping her, interrupting her, asking her yes or no questions. Like, of course, the woman is just going to say no or yes. Of course. It's just, again, what is with him? Is he new? Was he a newbie? I think he was. Is he a newbie? He went from being a Pizza Hut delivery driver to getting promoted to CBI agent. And he's just like, okay, I'll wing it. It's my first day. Screw it. Whatever. I'm here. Let's just figure it out. Let's continue.
So you keep the um, elicitation of the language clean and uncontaminated. Anyway, I'm going on too much, aren't I? I'm trying to teach you it all in 20 minutes, which is impossible. But that's a flavour. Let's carry on with what she has to say.
Your location, I think we already have your cell phone records. At some point, did Mark ask you to supply? Did they ask for consent to get cell phone records? That'll probably be done by warrant. If we
Isn't
wanted,
that what you just did?
nope. What I'm talking about is your movement.
Oh.
By GPS.
Oh. Isn't that what you just did? Nope. Oh. Really? Notice what she did there. Did you guys see that? Now she's going in for the water drink because her throat is parched. My throat just got parched, Kevin. Hang on. I didn't know that you were trying to look at my movements. Oh. Okay, continue with the question. Yeah. She also picks up the water whenever she's lying. Who's lying ass? I just saw. Oh, Jen Soto. Who? I've heard of Jen Soto. No, wait, have I? Yeah, I have. I'm like, okay, all these names are starting to, get jumbled up in my brain. Way too many cases going around. But yeah, I don't know too much about the Jen Soto case, but what? Oh, lying ass as well. Oh my goodness. Yes, I'll have to definitely watch that video too. But yeah, she forgot to Google that part. Comment got cut off at the beginning. I love Veroscope. Wendy Adelson. Oh, right. You guys have also been telling me to watch Wendy Adelson. She's crazy, isn't she? All right, let's continue.
GPS or by cell phone tower to show.
She didn't really like that, did she?
Nope.
Where you were. Obviously, and I don't want to cause you concern, we want to know where you were that day too. You're dating a man who did some egregious stuff, and we want to show that you were never near him that day. Period.
I mean, you guys
So-
can track my
No,
stuff.
yeah, I mean that.
So we didn't get a denial, did we? We got a, I mean, you guys can track my stuff. This laissez-faire, look,
Yeah. It's very laissez-faire, right? Just like Chris. Very, very chill, very nonchalant. Oh, you want to check my house? Yeah, go ahead. Bring the dogs, bring them all if you need to. This is the same thing that Nichol Kessinger is doing here. Ugh. I mean, whatever. Sure, you guys can check. Check my phone. Check the text messages, all deleted. Go ahead and check them though. She's acting very laissez-faire, very, oh, there's nothing wrong. Go ahead and check. But she knows that she deleted all the text messages.
we've got, including Nico, the unborn son, 4 people have been murdered.
4 innocent beings.
Look at this lazy, don't give a shit attitude. 4 people have been murdered. This is what we've got.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, the whole interview inappropriate. This is what we have. Very laissez-faire, behavior. All of them. I'm saying all of them. It's not even just Nicole. It's all of them. Even the dad. The dad knows that 4 innocent people just lost their lives, and that it was the man that his daughter was dating, and they're just sitting there like nothing. He's sending her signals. This guy over here, simping, he's just, I love you, Nicole. Call me at 2 a.m. Nichol Kessinger, of course, she's gonna be the one that is the most chill. We can't see the other guys, but I can guess they weren't doing anything either. This entire interview is just, it is so frustrating. I think this is probably why they kept it hidden for a little while. They released all of the other, everything in Discovery, and then this one was one of the ones that was kind of left out. People had to request it, and then it got released. That's probably why it angers a lot of people to watch this. This is shitty police work. I don't care what anybody says. There are people out there that are like, this was great police work. I don't think so. This was awful. This was shitty police work from Kevin. I don't know. Maybe the other agencies did a little better. I think maybe the Frederick Police Department did better. That detective did a really good job. Graham Coder and Tammy Lee did really, really well. This guy, he sucks. I don't know. You guys let me know. I don't know if it's just him or he was just told to suck. What do you guys think? Let's continue.
We didn't get a denial. I think, did they meet? She's been very, very deceptive about.
Yeah, she is.
I think they met. I think something has happened. She said, well, you guys, so she didn't deny it. She says, well, you guys can track. Does she have more than one telephone?
Yeah.
You guys can track, she says.
You guys can track.
That was something we will have to get a warrant for, anyways.
Have to listen to that
obviously,
again. Sorry.
And I don't want to cause you concern. We want to know where you were that day too. You're dating a man who did some egregious stuff, and we want.
Kevin, shut your face. We don't want to cause you concern. Why did he even need to tell her that? They're coddling Nicole. Why? That's the question. Why is Nicole being coddled? I have to write this down. That's a question. Why is Nicole being coddled? Why is she being coddled here? This is a perfect example of the CBI agent coddling her. He's asking her a question. She is the witness. And he's like, I don't want to cause you any concern, but the reason that we want your phone records is because we just need to know where you were. It's like they're asking for a favor. This is not a favor. Come on, this is a full investigation into a homicide, quadruple. And they're talking to her like this is a favor. Thank you so much for coming in. I know you have a lot of other things to do. Very busy. Sorry for the inconvenience. I don't mean to cause you concern or anything, but we might need your phone. Is that okay with you? Oh, would you like a lollipop to make it better? Is this the dentist? What is this crap? Oh, just watching, oh my gosh, I'm just watching this, it makes me heated. It really does. I feel myself getting heated, so I'm like, I need to calm down. Let me drink some water maybe. Ugh. I just can't stand Kevin. I think he pisses me off more than Nicole. Nicole knew what she was doing. It is him. He bothers me with all of his little coddling of Nicole.
Want to show that you were never near him that day. Period.
I mean, you guys
So-
can track my
No,
stuff.
yeah, I mean that was something we will have to get a warrant for, anyways. I'm just saying, if we asked for it, would you have any
Yeah,
objections to that?
No, you can have
Right.
it.
So
You can have it. No, you can have it. They're gonna take my phone, Daddy. Do something. That's what she's doing right now. She's like, oh, you can have it if you want. Do you really need it though?
I'm
well,
a pretty boring person.
well,
I
it
don't
sounds
go
like
to
you
many
just went to
places.
work that day and then you came home and you were there at 3:45.
Yeah, like
on
give or
Monday.
take like 5
Yeah,
minutes.
whatever.
But yeah, so 3.
Yeah, give or take like 5 minutes. Did you notice what she did? Of course you did. I'm a really boring person. All I do is Google wedding dresses and Google three-way twister. I'm so boring. I was looking up the different type of Anadarko KY that I can use for the back door. Ugh, so boring. I don't think you want to read anything about me, Kevin. I'm just a boring person. I mean, she played a lot of Twister. She Googled a lot of Twister questions. I don't think she's that boring. She went to the sand dunes. She lied. She planned an entire, allegedly planned an entire murder with her boyfriend. I don't think that's anyone who's boring. I mean, if she wasn't in hiding, she could write a book, but she can't because I think she's guilty. And she knows that she's guilty, and that is why she's not willing to write a book. But she can because she's definitely not a boring person. Not even close. Not even close. Let's continue.
45. I meet Jim there. Yeah, I was
And
totally
so
right.
Jim understand from an investigative point, he could be a person who could say, yeah, I was there at 3:45. He doesn't know Chris. He doesn't know anything. He could say with one phone call, yeah, she came in at 3:45. Done.
Totally.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't have to ask anything
What did she say? What did she say?
more than, hi, Chris 5. He doesn't know Chris. He doesn't know anything. He could say with one phone call, yeah, she came in at 3:45. Done.
Totally.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't have to ask anything more than,
Probably. Did she just say probably? And then a weak, yeah.
Is
So
that what she
has
said?
Jim confirmed this?
Probably. Is that what she said? She said probably?
Probably. She's not convinced.
Wow.
hi, Chris, my name's Kevin. Or Jim. And I'm not saying you have to give it to you.
Leave Jim
But
Just leave Jim alone. Leave Jim alone. The hand goes up.
Yes.
No further. You will not pass. Ain't gonna happen. No. Leave Jim alone, she says. Jim can only probably confirm some things. And then we get this pantomime reaction. Poor old dad has recognized the hand going up. Something's happening here. I wasn't keeping an eye on him, to be fair.
Oh, wow. Hold up. No. Hold up. What? Daddy Dwayne puts up the fist. He's getting ready to fight somebody. Come here, detective. Nichol Kessinger, for the first time, does this. No. Oh. Keep Jim out of this. She puts her hand up to her face. Look at how red she is. She looks like a tomato. Daddy Dwayne is looking at her so intently, putting up a fist, getting ready to fight. This is telling. She definitely knows that Jim knows Chris. She knows that Jim was probably way more involved, maybe playing the twister. Maybe she's like, oh, I met a friend. You want to come over? I have something I want to do. I've never tried it before with two other people, two other players, I should say. Yeah, you want to come over? Meet my boyfriend? And so now she's trying to downplay it. Oh, leave Jim out of this. Oh, he doesn't know anything. Weird. Weird, because up until this point, yeah, she's done a lot of extra things with her body and her hands, but not once have we actually seen her put her hands up to her face and almost cry. I mean, look at her. She's almost crying. She's really upset that they're talking about Jim. And this is why a lot of people believe that Jim was either her side piece or was more involved or he knew what was going to happen, right? What's up with Jim? She doesn't want anybody asking Jim any questions. And guess what happened? He didn't get asked any questions. Let's continue.
If at some point I needed Jim's info to
Look at how pissed she was. I don't need him getting involved in any of this. She's having a little temper tantrum. That's what she's having. She's having a tantrum. Oh my God. And the police are just sitting there. They're like, oh, it's so weird that this innocent mistress is saying that she doesn't want an alibi to be called. That's weird, isn't it? That's her alibi. That's the only person that can say yes with certainty that she was there at 3:45. And she doesn't want him called or interviewed. Weird, right? Weird. Weird, especially, let's go ahead and bring up this little text message again, right? Up until this point, she still keeps saying that she got home at 3:45, and that is the first time that she received a text message from Chris. 3:45, not 2:45, not 2:44, 3:45 is when she received the first message from Chris this day. Obviously, it's a lie. This came in at 2:44. So why isn't she bringing this one up? What's going on here? Where's the discrepancy?
Oh, the arms have crossed. The hand went up.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
5 spread fingers. Stop. No further. Now the lean back, full defensive posture evolves.
Yep. She even leaned back.
Let's watch that
they
again.
say we couldn't find your phone record or anything, he could say with one phone call, yeah, she came in at 3:45, done.
Totally.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't have to ask anything more than, hi, Chris, my name's Kevin, or Jim. And I'm not saying you have to give it to you.
Just leave Jim
But
alone.
if
Jim does
at
not need
some
to be wrapped
point-
up in this.
If at some point I needed Jim's info to,
Just leave Jim alone. Just leave Jim alone. Jim doesn't need to get wrapped up in this.
Wrapped.
In this.
Yeah.
Jim doesn't need to get wrapped up in this. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. In this.
Right. I think that brings us to the end of today's Veroscope. Unfortunately, it's Friday night.
Oh, it's Friday here too.
Well, probably when you've watched this, maybe it's not Friday night, but it is. It's Friday night as we're recording it.
Well, and it's Friday for us too. Thank you so much, Veroscope. If you haven't, go ahead and give them a like. We watched the video. It was great. I'm a subscriber. Go ahead and watch Veroscope if you haven't. Thank you so much, you guys, for suggesting this channel. Amazing channel. I love the science, the math that goes into this deception detection. Absolutely love it. And this is it. Yeah, this is the last video. This is the end of the video here. So Yeah, let me know what you think. What did we think about this? Let's just do a little, 10-minute discussion here because this was a lot. What do we think about this? What do we think about Jim? I know, we've brought up Jim so many times, but the way that she reacts with Jim is not, it's just, there's more to it. 100%. Even the dad, right? We saw that even Dwayne reacted to that. Let's go ahead and see if we can see that again.
Say we couldn't find your phone record.
Dad reacts to it.
Know anything? He could say with one phone call, yeah, she came in at 3:45. Done.
Totally.
Here, I'm gonna go ahead and slow it down a bit so that we can see both of them and how they act.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't have to ask anything more than, "Hi, Chris. My name's Kevin. I'm
Look at Dad.
or Jim." And I'm not saying you have to give it to you.
Leave Jim
But
alone.
if at some point
Up in this.
if at some point I needed Jim's info to
What was that? I mean, listening to Kevin talk in slow motion is like, hi, Nicole. Call me. But look at the dad. He was like this and he's staring at her and then he's like, oh. He gets uncomfortable, right? He gets visibly uncomfortable as he is noticing his daughter. Not once has he actually looked over at Kevin. He's the one asking the question. No, he has his eyes directly on Nicole.
Just leave Jim alone. Just
My God. But anyway, yeah, what do we think? Ooh, okay. Yeah, what do we think? He's slow. Yeah. Maybe he did come forward. Oh, Andrea, if Jim is a decent person, come forward. I wonder what he knew. I don't know. I still haven't seen that much evidence on Jim other than what Nichol Kessinger says about him. I haven't really seen anything that says that he knew what was happening, but he definitely, I think at the bare minimum, I think that he knew Chris Watts. I think he met him. Of course, how could he not meet him? Jim had keys to Nichol Kessinger's apartment, and the other man that had keys to her apartment was Chris. So how did they not meet? It makes no sense. If we look at her phone records, which where are they? Let's go ahead and pull up her phone records. Even when you pull up her phone records and you look at the conversations that they were having, they overlap. So it's really hard to believe that Chris and Nicole and Jim were all in town and they didn't hang out. You know what I think? I think that when they were supposed to meet up at the Lazy Dog, I think that they were supposed to meet up with at the Lazy Dog with Jim, and they went to the wrong one. That is why they ended up at one and then went to the other, because the Lazy Dogs are actually right next to each other. So it's really weird that she went to one Lazy Dog and then another one because she didn't like the menu. I'm going to check it out for myself, even though, yes, it's 2026. It's not 2018 anymore. So, the menus could have changed. But still, I don't think they did. So I'm going to check it out for myself, but I think it's weird that they went to a Lazy Dog and then another one. And then at the same time, Jim is also in town. So I think they met. I think they met. What do you guys think? Again, this is just me. But I know many of you have also stated that you think that that's probably why they met up at the Lazy Dog, because it was also the same night that she was Googling three-way backdoor twister. So, I mean, it just, I don't know. What, they're going to the Lazy Dog and then she's going to play Twister with Chris and then she's going to clone him or something. Oh, Chris, come here, Chris. I'm going to give you a potion. I'm going to turn you into two men. That way you can never leave me. Is that what she did? No, I don't think so. I think that the third person, the third Twister player might have been Jim. And so if he was, then that means that they met. I don't know. Don't forget about Danielle. Yes, thank you. Danielle, she was another person that was there with Nichol Kessinger. Let's go ahead and pull up our calendar. Calendar time. All right. So for our calendar, what was it? It was this weekend, right? Where is it? Yeah, this weekend. So right here. Baseball game. So Eric Isa, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah. This is when the whole baseball game happened, right? And so this is when Danielle showed up. She spent the night, apparently, with Nichol Kessinger, spent the whole weekend there. And so these are the questions that still remain. Where did they have Twister that night? Where was Twister being played? Was it at her apartment or was that at Chris Watts, or I should say Shanann's house because it's not his? Was it at her house or was it at Nichol Kessinger's apartment? Where was Danielle? And did Jim meet Chris? 4 questions. It can't be answered, but I think that we have enough evidence to state that at least on August 10th, they may have been together because there's no call between Nichol Kessinger and Jim. And if we look at the, here it is. And if we look at the calendar, look at that, right? It coincides. It coincides with the baseball game. It coincides with the Fire Stick. The following day, she's Googling all kinds of Twister again. So what's up with Jim? What is up with Jim? Yes. What do we think? Jim was the backdoor specialist. Oh my God. That's so funny. Yeah, it's just speculation, no proof, but many circumstances point to that. Very suspicious. Exactly. See, all of this is speculation for one reason and one reason only, that we don't have the truth. It was never proven because it was never proven in court. But we can speculate based on the information that we have. And so our speculation it's not based on just bullshit. It's based on everything that we have from discovery. When we put it into a calendar, it doesn't make sense. There are missing pieces. There's discrepancies still that we still have not been able to figure out. Maybe once we start putting it together in story mode, things will actually start to make sense. But right now, it's still kind of up in the air. I don't know what Jim knew, but for sure, at least for me, right? At least for me, I think that he knew Chris. He met him at least once, if not more than once. Yeah, stinky sheets. Yeah. Stinky sheets. Why did they have stinky sheets? Was Jim there? Jim would have been the ride that night because his car would have not been recognized while Nikki came through the back. Oh, interesting. That's a good one. Maybe Chris was not in that Twister at all. I don't know. What if Nichol Kessinger brought it up to him though? I think he would have been down for it. I think anything that Nichol brought to him, he was like, I don't know. Okay, fine. I'll try it for you. Even the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? He's like, oh, how much are they? Oh, they're $1 billion gajillion dollars. Oh, it's okay. Let me just look them up for you. A lot of things I think Chris did just for her. Things that he would never have done before. But that's just me. You guys let me know. All right. Okay, let's go ahead. Before we go, I just want to make sure that we got I just like to thank everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Love Buzz. Thank you. I got you. And welcome, Imagine, to Silver and Eric Isa. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so, so much. Thank you so much for the support. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, look at that. Gratitude. Thank you. Thank you so much for the jewels. Did another one just come in? I don't like to miss these guys. Okay. All right. Yeah, thank you so much for joining today's live stream. It was fun. I love doing these with you, especially the analyzing ones, because oh my God, still so much that we have to uncover and put together. So, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for spending the Friday afternoon with me. I will see you all on Sunday. Tomorrow, if you're on Patreon, tomorrow I will be out. I'm going to be out scouting. And so go ahead and check out my Patreon page to see all of the behind the scenes. And if you want to ride along, then go ahead. Let's go right along. I'm going to go out. This whole summer is going to be very busy for me. Yeah, I need a lot of sunscreen, a lot of sunscreen. So if you see me, right, if you start noticing every live stream, I start looking like a lobster, it's probably because I forgot my sunscreen. So yeah, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much for the generosity. Thank you for the super chats. Love you guys. Please take care, and I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye.